Welcome to this episode of the story. Have you subscribed yet? Chapter 109, The Outbreak of Intense Battle. The bandits rushed towards the river outside Lingxi town like hungry wolves. Wang Hu led the way, his eyes glinting with greed and ferocity. They were completely unaware that they were stepping deeper and deeper into the carefully laid trap by Su Mu. By the river outside Lingxi town, the young people in the town seemed to be having a relaxed gathering with continuous laughter and chatting. In fact, each of them was on high alert secretly. According to Su Mu's arrangement, they pretended to be unprepared, waiting for the bandits to arrive. Soon, a chaotic sound of footsteps and shouts came from the distance. "They're coming! Everyone, get ready!" a young man reminded in a low voice. Instantly, the originally relaxed atmosphere turned tense. The young people tightly grasped the weapons they had hidden beforehand. The bandits charged over aggressively. When Wang Hu saw the young people by the river, a zhenging smile appeared on his face. "Haha, none of you can escape today." Just as the bandits were about to approach, Su Mu gave the order, "Attack." The villagers of Lingxi town lying in ambush around rushed out like a tide, surrounding the bandits. Wang Hu was startled when he saw this, but quickly regained his composure. He brandished the big knife in his hand and shouted loudly, "Brothers, don't be afraid! These are just weaklings. Let's fight our way out." The battle broke out instantly. The sounds of shouts and the clashing of weapons resounded through the valley. Su Mu's figure was as fast as lightning as he charged directly towards Wang Hu. Wang Hu sensed the powerful spiritual power fluctuations from Su Mu. He thought something was wrong in his heart, but it was too late to retreat at this moment, so he could only brace himself to fight. Su Mu unleashed the reverse, time storm. The powerful reverse, time storm. The powerful reverse, time spiritual, power storm rapidly spread centered around him. Wang Hu tried to resist, but found that his spiritual power was greatly suppressed in the storm, and his movements became sluggish. He looked at Su Mu in horror, filled with regret and fear in his heart. He never expected that there would be such a powerful person hidden in Lingxi town. While Su Mu was engaged in a fierce battle with Wang Hu, the other villagers also fought a life and death battle with the bandits. Although the overall strength of the villagers in Lingxi town was inferior to that of the bandits, they all fought bravely without fear to defend their homeland. Some young people gradually unleashed their potential in the battle. Their spiritual power circulated more smoothly, and their combat effectiveness increased accordingly. The bandits were caught off guard by this sudden counterattack, and their original arrogant arrogance was suppressed. However, they were a group of ruthless villains after all. After a brief moment of panic, they started to counterattack frantically. For a while, the two sides reached a stalemate. Su Mu knew that the battle couldn't last too long. Otherwise, once the man in the black robe came to support, the situation would become even more difficult to handle. He exerted the reverse, time spiritual power to the extreme, and the power of the storm increased again. Wang Hu struggled to hold on in the storm. His body was eroded by the reverse, time power in many places, and blood flowed continuously. Wang Hu let out a shrill scream. Finally, he couldn't withstand Su Mu's attack and was sucked into the reverse time storm. The powerful suction force distorted and deformed his body, and his spiritual power dissipated instantly. With Wang Hu's fall, the morale of the bandits was severely hit, and signs of defeat began to appear. Seeing this, the villagers of Lingxi town were greatly inspired and pursued the victory. The bandits had no intention of fighting and fled in all directions. However, under the encirclement and pursuit of the villagers, most of them were captured or killed. After this intense battle, this ambush ended with the victory of Lingxi town. Su Mu looked at the messy scene and the injured villagers. His heart was filled with both relief and sadness. He was relieved that Lingxi town had successfully repelled the bandits and temporarily lifted the crisis. He was sad that many villagers had paid the price of being injured or even losing their lives for this victory. However, Su Mu knew that this battle was only a temporary victory. The force behind the man in the black robe was still a huge threat to Lingxi town. He looked into the distance, his eyes firm. He secretly swore that he must find out the mastermind behind the man in the black robe and completely eliminate the hidden danger for Lingxi town. The story continues. More exciting content is coming up. Subscribe as soon as possible.